On my last video, I had a commenter ask about this RAM mount and if these rubber feet got in the way of the buttons on phones. But before we do that, uh, if you saw my 5 mods to my Ninja 400, you're probably going, wait a second, that's not the same place that you used to have your RAM mount. And that's true. Initially, I had it mounted right here with a handlebar mount, and that was fine. It worked perfectly fine. I moved it here, get a little bit further away and up a little bit higher. That was fine too. But then I got this front brake reservoir mount right here from RAM. And I wanted to raise this RAM mount up a little bit higher so it'd be more in my field of view, my line of sight when I'm riding, because when it was down here, I would have to look down to look at my map. When I moved it here, it was a little bit better, but now that it's here, it's much, much better. I don't even have to look down at all. Basically, I just, with my eyes, I can just look down. I don't have to move my head at all. But how this works is, of course, these things open up like this, and you put the phone in here, and the arms close like that and keep the phone very safe and secure. I've up to 70, 80 miles an hour, never had a problem whatsoever. So let's go see what it looks like with an iPhone 10. All right, here's the iPhone 10 in that RAM mount. And the iPhone has several buttons, and you'll see here there's one right there. There's one down here. They've got another little toggle switch there. To come around to this side, there is another button right there. And as you see, these rubber feet aren't in the way at all with the RAM mount. Now, what I end up doing is I move the phone a little bit further down, because obviously, or rather up rather than down. If we did move it down a little bit further, these rubber feet would get in the way of the buttons. I've my Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, a little bit bigger than the 10, works perfectly fine. I have to do the same thing. I have to raise it up just a little bit. Not a problem. If you're concerned about the air coming off here, I have 70, 80 miles an hour. This thing has never budged in the least. So I'm not really concerned about that. But if you'll notice, I'm using a different mount. If you watched my 5 mods previously, I used to have my RAM mount mounted here with a handlebar mount, and the phone would sit, somewhere about right there. I then moved it to here and raised it up a little bit higher, but I actually wanted the phone up even higher and more in my line of sight. So what I got was this front brake reservoir mount from RAM mount, and it just fits on top of the brake reservoir, and it's got the ball, and I use the short extension right there. And then as you can see, the phone is sitting right there in my point of view, my line of sight. So that seems to work out really, really well now. So hopefully that answers your question. I don't think any phone's going to be a problem for a RAM mount. You just might have to move the phone up or down a little bit. Hope that helps. See you later.